Okay, so the other piece of the calendar, it comes in really handy. You will notice on your group's homepage, and you will also see on the homepage for the website, is this module here, the event listings. And what this module will do is on your homepage, it's displaying events from the national central calendar, or not national, but central calendar. The calendar we're calling the central one, as mentioned earlier. Central calendar is the one that's on this link right here, and it's also the one that displays stuff on the homepage, right? So scrolling down here again, you'll see the listings of, here's one from CAN, push back the pushback no tax folks. Legislative Training Day coming up on the 9th, and something on the 14th, and then which would be the Winterfest, and that's off the national calendar as well, or the central calendar, excuse me. These two particular ones I posted off of the central calendar because they were important events, but they're PCSU events. What I did was I helped Dan out in getting these up right away because they're so soon, but these events these ones where you're inviting everybody, you want to make sure you post them on the central calendar, not just your group's calendar, or they're not going to show up on the central calendar, which also means they're not going to show up on everybody's group calendar. Because the central calendar is tied to everybody's calendar, these big events will show up automatically within your group, which is really handy. Here's one from EFF posted on theirs as well. Okay, now the settings in the background for this, let's just say, for instance, you go under view options there. Let's say, for instance, you're really closely tied with another group in your area and you want their events to display on your calendar as well. Yeah, it's easy enough. This group list is going to get longer. These are just the people I've already done, okay? You can basically check their box. And as you can see here, I've got the Central, I've got the EFF CAN, and then I've got We the People Vancouver, because this is their calendar on there, right? I have set this up to show a maximum of 30 events. We may need to go bigger than that, but let's keep it at 30 for now. And then how many to display per page. That'll put a next button down at the bottom, and that way it'll keep the page from being, scroll off into infinitum. I don't know about you, but I hate really long pages because it makes it hard to find things. All right, I know if an event is on page 3 that it's going to be on page 3 for at least a little while until the other events go away. All right. Now it's wanting to restart my computer. Okay. Leave these settings alone. All these here. The only things that you would change are what you're going to list here. How long to show events, display events starting from this date. Well, in the case of this calendar, I'm going to want it to display everything. So I've set that. All right. How long before you want it to display? Sort them in ascending or descending order. Just leave that as ascending. Most people find that format to be workable. It's easier to see it that way. That way, the closest event comes up at the top of the list. In other words, so those are the only settings you're going to want to change, right? And hit the update button, of course, at the bottom, and that will give you all your display. All right. The only other setting on that module for you is the frame that it goes in, and in this case we're using the default listing here. All right, so that's what that's all about, and I'm sure you will enjoy that. You can move this around on your page. I've just put it at the bottom on everybody's page so that the stuff about your group is up first. All right, these things obviously need to be edited on this page yet, and congratulations, Tom. I really appreciate the fact that your group has made the commitment that you're going to move over to this site now. Outstanding. As you can see here, We the People Vancouver are in the process of importing their content to the hub, and then these domains will eventually point to their page. Thanks and welcome aboard, guys.